Welcome, everybody, to another wonderful episode of GDR's Craptastic, the show where we determine whether a movie that is poorly reviewed by all these other so-called critics is actually a big pile of crap or a craptastic gem that you have to see. I'm Brian West, the hostess with the absolute mostest.
And I'm Ryan, who's slowly auditioning for King of the North. Yes. As my hair starts to continue to get longer and longer. And I still got to work on the beard, but I'm getting the hair down.
If you would have taken this quarantine initiative while Game of Thrones was still on, you could have been casted and got a all-expense trip to Budapest.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I'm going to go like this and be a nice main.
Yeah, well, you know what? What is it? Dance with Dragons or whatever. Game of Thrones Fire Dragons is coming soon, but we're not going to talk about that. Today we're talking about a movie that the critics just hated. All you need to know about it is Adam Sandler's production company, and you don't even need to know what the movie is to know that everybody who's anybody in the critic world was going to crap all over this movie. I did not see what it is at Rotten Tomatoes right now, but it's currently 5.7 out of 10 on, what is this, on the IMDb rating.
DB, yeah.
It's got a 33 Metascore, which is bad. Yeah, it's real bad. But we don't know if it actually is bad. We're going to talk about today.
If it's justified or not, because our opinion matters more than all the other ones.
Way more. What movie are we talking about? Well, funny you should mention it. Netflix's latest Adam Sandler comedy, not starring Adam Sandler. The Wrong Missy. This one actually stars David Spade. It's his studio, Happy Madison. It's a Happy Madison production. It's part of the deal, like the 20 picture deal he signed with Netflix to produce and make movies for him. This is just the latest one. And, I don't know, man. Spoiler alert, I think it could be one of the better ones that he's made for Netflix.
It's definitely a mixed bag. I mean, there's been some definitely like hits, and I think the ones that Adam Sandler actually stars in, probably I think he probably just takes like the best scripts for himself. And
I don't know, man. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think
all his friends.
I don't think any of the movies he's made for Netflix are good. All of them are bad. Like story wise, like they're just bad movies. They're fun. They're funny.
Jennifer Aniston, and they were in like
the murder mystery one,
the honeymoon one.
Yeah, the one. It's like I forget. I think it's called Murder Mystery.
Yeah,
they're not on a honeymoon. It's him and Aniston. They're like on a anniversary date, and he's like this New York cop who's a total cheapo. But it was good. That one had like 3 laughs that made me had to pause it because I was laughing so incredibly hard, and then the rest of the movie was just kind of dumb. But so anyway, but like I said, we're not talking about this one or that. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about the Wrong Missy. I like David Spade, but honestly, I haven't really enjoyed a David Spade movie in a long time. So when I saw this come out, I was like, I think I'm just going to pass on it. And then I slowly had people like, have you seen The Wrong Missy yet? Have you fucking seen The Wrong Missy yet? And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll have to watch it. And I did. And dear God, I laughed my ever-loving ass off literally throughout the entire movie. Oh, side note, we are going to give a few spoilers if you haven't seen this yet. But this isn't really a movie that we could literally tell you the entire movie and it doesn't really matter because the story is dumb. It's really stupid.
The story is just there. I think it was kind of like my wife and I were sitting there and she goes, "Oh, hey, there's the new Happy Madison movie." I'm like, "Oh, which one?" She turned it on and she's like, she just turned it on. And literally within the first 5 minutes, we were like pausing. We both stopped and looked at each other.
Their opening date.
Okay, is this like something that we're going to watch this? All right, because the first 5 minutes.
Dude, their opening date is insane. When he jumps out the window and breaks dislocates both his ankles, and she snaps him back into place.
Yeah. So we just paused it and we looked at each other like, "Oh, we're gonna watch this movie all the way through, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, she's like, all right, let's do it." And so we're like,
"Well,
we'll watch this movie."
One nice thing about this movie, it's only an hour and a half. It's a breeze. A lot of times comedies now like to go 2.5 hours long, which is just too long for a comedy. This is that old school where it's like it's just when you're ready to okay, I'm done with this movie, it's over. And so it's a breeze to watch. The premise of this, if you haven't seen it, so basically David Spade is a 40-year-old, 50-year-old exec who he's basically is the character he played in Tommy Boy, just kind of a loser, but also kind of smart, just kind of coasting through life.
What happened to him after he left car parts?
Yeah,
and he branched off into a new career.
Well, I don't even remember what the career is. What is it like? Insurance? No, what is it? I don't remember what it is. Banking? Is it maybe banking?
I can't even remember his name, honestly. I'm just trying to
remember his career. Remember they had that weird like they had the big huge like auditorium and they all had to put on like a production for their team. That was the weirdest fucking part of the movie, but it was pretty funny. So basically, he's just kind of a down. He's a fairly successful. Can choke on all those S's and C's. Fairly successful businessman, but he's down on his luck and love. He can't find anybody who really kind of hit it off. Well, his fiance left him, and he's been
a divorce.
He got a divorce. Was fiance? Oh, they were married, huh? He got a divorce. His wife left him for somebody else in his office, and he's just kind of like, I can't find love again. So he's going on like Tinder dates or whatever. Well, his grandma sets him up with this lady called Missy, I think they're both called. One's Melissa and one's Missy. So with this girl named Melissa or whatever they call her, Missy, and she's a total psycho, like total psycho. And then so he ends up going out on another date with he's going on a trip and he's going to the airport and he runs into a girl who he hits it off with completely, and her name's like Missy or Melissa too or something like that. And so she's like, oh yeah, but my friends call me Missy. Okay, no, see, the first girl's name is Missy. I know I'm doing a terrible job reviewing this. First girl I believe's name is Missy, and the second girl's name is Melissa. And she's like, but my friends call me Missy. And so he puts her name in the phone, and so they hit it off, and then she has to leave for her flight, and he's like, oh my god, I found the right girl. And so then he's got his company retreat, and he wants to invite her to go with him. So he sends the message to Missy, but he sends it to the wrong Missy, to the psycho.
Yeah. But he's been texting her for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And she asked him to do increasingly weirder things.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
A tip off in his head.
But no. But dude, how about when she gives him the 40-minute hand job on the airplane?
Oh yeah, because he was sleeping.
He was sleeping through like 35 minutes of it.
Like the camera scene shows him falling asleep, and then when the camera comes back, and it's just like you can see his face, and then you see her just.
Yeah, he's underneath the blanket, just going to town on him.
Like underneath a blanket or something like that. But
she's like, no, nobody knows. Everyone's sleeping, and then he looks around, and everybody's just staring at him.
Yeah, and she just going off under a blanket.
Oh my god, yeah. It's
so definitely they really try to do a lot of the maybe like I don't know if you would call them gross out gags, but I mean those kind of
listen, this is a rated R comedy, and I think they really push the rated R, which is good. But I don't think they go overly like it's like something about Mary levels of gag. I mean, there's no like balls sticking through a zipper when they zip it up or anything like that. But it's I don't know. I didn't find it too like extreme in any ways. I just thought it was pretty funny. I mean, there was
I liked the girl. I can't remember what her name was though. Her real name.
Her name is Lauren Lapkus. I don't think I've seen her in anything before, but it wouldn't surprise me if she's on like Saturday Night Live or something. She's really funny.
She was funny. I liked the Halstar part. Where she would take her. Halstar.
Oh yeah, she had a different part.
Stuff like that.
I also really liked who else? I mean, all the cast of characters from all the Adam Sandler movies are in this. Comanche, played by Rob Schneider. This might be my favorite Rob Schneider cameo in a long time. He plays like a three-fingered like fisherman. I think he's supposed to be the same character from what's that movie? What's the Adam Sandler movie where Drew Barrymore loses her 100 First Dates?
Yes.
I think it's the same character from.
Supposed to be like a continuation of that.
Yeah, I think it's the same character, but he's just out of his mind. But he's missing all his fingers. He's psycho. They're chumming they're chumming the water for sharks when they're in the shark cage. That was funny, by the way. I don't know. I'm just randomly spouting out things from the movie. Here's the thing with this movie. Like trying to review it is impossible because I barely remember the plot. It's so bad. But the movie is so funny.
She goes with him.
Yeah.
weird stuff happens, and
Well, like, I mean, I can't even in my mind visualize, like, the sequence of events that happens. I just remember all the scenes that are funny. Like, when they're in the shark, they're going diving with the sharks, and there's no great white sharks. He's going with his boss. And so she gets sick and ends up throwing up in the ocean, and she's chumming the water for the sharks. And then everybody, because he got all this, like, nasty fish guts, everybody starts throwing up, and these sharks go crazy, and the shark ends up in the tank, and they're punching the shark in the face. He kicks his boss. It's just funny. The movie's hilarious.
she hypnotizes his boss so that every time he hears his name, like, oh, I love that guy.
Oh my god! How about when they're in the ocean? Like, she hypnotizes him to be like a child again, and so he's having his meetings. He's dressed up as like King Triton, and they're in the ocean. David Spade has a mermaid tail on. He's swimming out to him. Okay, here's the deal. Unless you want to talk about this movie some more, here's the bottom line. This movie is real dumb. The plot is real predictable. It's your typical comedy where everything goes wrong early, everything's really funny, you see the value in somebody that's crazy, and then by the end, sad things happen, but everything kind of works out, right?
Yeah. I think it is a perfect 2020 movie.
Yes.
Because it basically encapsulates everything that is this year. Everything is just so random and so weird
and batshit crazy.
You have to try and laugh off as much as you can to get through it.
And you sit and laugh. You're watching it and you're laughing and like, how do people like this actually exist in real life? But they actually do. And you're right. This is a perfect 2020 movie. So I don't know. The Wrong Missy.
Quarantine date night movie.
If you want to laugh your ass off and just want to enjoy an hour and a half of your life, I highly recommend The Wrong Missy. It's free on Netflix if you got Netflix, and you can do a lot worse with your time than watch an hour and a half just ridiculous comedy.
It's very true. You don't have to. You could just get some popcorn and some snacks and just shut off your brain and just watch the movie. You don't have to, it's not that complicated.
And I think what's cool about this movie is it delivers the one thing that a lot of times comedies forget to do: laughs. It delivers the laughs, and it will make you laugh the entire time. It doesn't make you think. It's not going to make you a better person.
Definitely not.
There's nothing about this that is going to stick with you other than the fact that you're like, God damn, that movie was funny, and I probably should watch it again at some point.
Yeah.
It's a perfect like airplane movie.
This stuff, but you laugh at it anyways.
So, The Wrong Missy. Don't come for the plots. Definitely stay for the laughs. And just enjoy yourself. Especially, it's a great, if you want to have a couple cocktails and just kick back and just have fun. The Wrong Missy on Netflix right now.
Yes.
I think I speak for both of us when I say, we think this is a craptastic gem that you definitely need to check out.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely, it's craptastic. It's worth it. And I think everybody needs to have a little time to just have that weird random comedy.
Yes.
That we all, it's what we need right now.
Yeah, 2020 blows. You don't need a reason to just be happy for an hour and a half.
Yeah, so
that should be the poster for this movie.
Good job.
Stay for the laughs. Anyway, all right. Like I said, The Wrong Missy, currently on Netflix. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Have a good one.
And make sure you always text the right person, especially if you're sending them pictures of your junk.
Maybe. Why not?